Alright, what is up, my dudes and my dudettes? Let's check it out. What do we got going on here? Okay. Welcome to the stream. It's what, there's about 5 people in here. What's up, 5 people? 3 likes. Smash up the like button. 7 people now. The channel is back on an uptrend. Turn this music down just a touch. So I was looking at some macro stuff, some bigger picture, like weekly chart stuff. And oh hey Jack, what's up? Yeah, I'll jump on my Discord soon. I'm just gonna do a quick rundown of the macro. It'll take me like 5 minutes, and then I'll jump into my Discord. And for which I have the link, and I'll put it in the chat for anyone that hasn't joined yet. Create invite, copy. There we go. Okay. So I'll pin that to the top. That is the Discord link. So anyway, this is the Bitcoin index chart, so Bitcoin dollar, since the beginning of Bitcoin back in 2009 all the way until now. Every vertical yellow line you see is a halving event. So there's been 3 so far, not including the very beginning of Bitcoin, but I don't think that's counted. So 3 halvings. We're approaching the 4th, which is due to come out, you know, sometime Q1 or late Q1, early Q2 next year is the forecast for that timing. But leading up to that, like, yeah, just on the weekly chart here, I wanted to show you some big examples of why bullish and bearish divergence is no joke. Like, check this out. Okay. So we had a series of highs here on the run up, right? Just change this. Okay. So, and then we got another rally that took us up to 69,000. But was that reflected on the oscillator? And that is definitely a no. Like, it was not a higher high, it was a lower high, hence the bearish divergence. And then you could argue hence the bear market, right? It was like a good indication that things were gonna dump out. And then look, recently we've had the opposite end of the spectrum. We've had bullish divergence. So we've had, oh, this has changed back now. We've had a low on price and then a lower low on price. But we had a low on the RSI, but a higher low at that same interval, right? So bullish divergence, what do we get? A rally up. So yeah, basically the point is here is that divergence on the weekly time frame is something to pay close attention to, you know, don't ignore that divergence. And here we are today. So now coming into this CPI that's going to be coming out in 25 minutes. Bitcoin, like the forecast for which is 5%, I believe, year-over-year inflation. Yeah, 5%, which basically indicates no change to the previous result of 5%. So that would be like the first time since the high of 9.1% inflation back here in July of last year that they've forecast no change off the previous measure. So they're not very optimistic this time around, for the May reading. Now remember, the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they look back 1 month and they're reporting on what happened last month. So this is basically looking at April's performance. this 5% situation. And I will just have a quick look at Trueflation as well. So basically April is them saying that there's been no change, and that kind of does marry up with let me just get a screenshot of this. Sorry to blind you with the white light, but okay, so if they're reporting on April and last month's result, which is looking at March, was here, 5%, right? That kind of lines up with what the BLS is reporting here, see? Because we did dip, we did stay on the trajectory, but then we met this massive rise, which is arguably caused by the Fed rescuing Silicon Valley Bank and a bunch of other small banks that were facing collapse, basically. Yeah, the Fed undid a whole bunch of tightening to basically rescue those customers or whatever, like the banks or the customers, whoever it was, they undid a lot of work, and I think that's what this bounce was all about. But look, according to the Trueflation website, we are back on track again as of, right now, so that's good. It's a good thing. Hopefully they are accurate, this website. Hopefully it's what's to come, So tying it back to the here and now, let's go to Bitcoin. You can see I've got a red line to depict where the CPI data release is. And I'm going to have that here on the chart. So I'll just go today. And we'll get some refresh buttons soon enough. And let's go back to Bitcoin. I'm just going to jump onto the minute chart. You can see it's kind of rallying back into the reading here. So we've come down in the last couple of days. We've had a pretty nasty downtrend, very corrective. I remember last stream we were talking about this triangle and trying to speculate how it would break out, and I did mention that if you held a gun to my head and I had to give you an answer, I was saying I think it's going to break down rather than break out and go up. I do see a correction to this level here, this previous high, which was also a high that we were dealing with back in August of last year over here, see? So August last year, February this year, and then now we're in May. So May, June, maybe we do come down back to that level and test it and back test that old resistance as new support, right? That's what I'm kind of like suggesting might happen. And then look, there's also another thing that I want to show you is just delete this squiggling. This green line here coming up from, go full screen. So this was the start of the year, 1st of January, pivot. And then this was the pullback to 20K, a very obvious pivot point. So this green line basically traces those up. Now, if we correct even further than that 25K level, I do see potential support somewhere on that line, depending on the time frame that it takes to get to it if we do crash. Now, if we do correct, I think this green line will still hold us into into this overall bull trend that we're in. So the other thing you should be careful of is like a potential head and shoulders situation, like something like this. Whereas if we did break it, that would be like a bearish scenario, like breaking that and going back into the reaccumulation phase. But yeah, I guess let's just wait and see what the CPI throws at us. I think we got 19 minutes to go. In my Discord, just in case anyone wants to jump in and say good day. But yeah, let's just wait and see what happens. There's only 7 of us in here, so it's nice and intimate. Hopefully everyone's been doing well. We've just sort of come out the back of a bit of a shitcoin season for 1 week. Coins, like I've been on MEXC, which is a derivatives platform for trading crypto, and been trading AI DOGE, Pepe, Turbo, Wojak, Pog AI or Porguy, to name a few. Yeah, MEXC lately just seems to be listing a hell of a lot of these random altcoins, and they're very volatile. They make for good trades, good, quick results, fast results, but risky as hell. Pretty damn risky. Here's another thing that I'm going to keep my eye on is this bear flag as well. So we've rallied down into it and we've consolidated like that, and then the fear would be playing out to the downside, like the textbook bear flag play. But as you know, Bitcoin is full of surprises. We could do something like this, like where we get a bear flag but then actually break up. You know, your good old Bart Simpson pattern. That happens quite a bit with Bitcoin. Like you have one here, it goes up instead. Maybe this whole structure is like a bit of a more of a pennant, maybe. But that went up instead of down. And then look, you got it on the top side too. Like you've got these big, like triangular consolidations that, you know, price entered it from below. So that, you know, initially it did break out. It did go up here, but then crash straight after. Very volatile. Yeah, like all of this happening within a day or two or whatever it was. That's crazy. What's up, Aaron? What's up, MG? Nice to see you here. Yeah, it's been a while. Streams have been few and far between lately. Got about 15 minutes to go until the data drops. Look at us rallying into it. That's pretty cool. I've been watching Pepe, because that's done some pretty spectacular things in the last few days. But currently, as we speak, it's kind of like stuck in this rectangle. Pepe.
G'day.
G'day. How are you, mate? It's been a couple of days.
You've been trading all the Wojaks and the Flokies and the Pepes.
Yeah.
I can
man.
see. And the good old Bonk.
And Bonk, yep, can't forget Bonk. Yep. Bonk is a good one. It was like the original shitcoin of this year for me. But yeah, man,
it's not a bad strategy to find coins that get pumped up immensely and then watch them for short consistently.
Yes, yep. Especially if Bitcoin's in a corrective move, I don't think those shit coins are going to hold value too well. You know, as soon as a little bit of fear comes into the market, those really low cap coins tend to drop like pretty quickly. Like people aren't going to stand around waiting in them.
Well, Pepe hit a market cap of $1 billion, so there's plenty to go around.
Yeah, yes. It's crazy, isn't it? Something so new to the scene, like, accumulated so much market cap in such a short time. Oh yeah, and here's another thing on the weekly. You've got the 200 weekly simple moving average. That is another point of possible support if we do crash today. Like after this data drops, right? So the current level for that weekly moving average is at $26,116. So basically 26.1K. I'm calling for a 25.2-ish level, maybe 25, before, you know, potentially bouncing and rallying back up again. But, you know, another interesting factor is the volume lately on Bitcoin. Let me go to the daily. I don't think it's visible on this chart, but on this chart here, if I go to the daily and turn the volume on.
We've got a bit of a small rally right now.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to be trading at 10 minutes in. It's
Yeah.
gambling.
Yeah, it's pretty volatile. 10 minutes out. But yeah, check this out. Okay, this is the volume indicator. If I just turn it back to defaults. Look at how flat it's been in the past like month and a half. Look how dead the volume's been on Bitcoin compared to all of this activity, like all of that. That's just crazy. It's like, where the hell, like, why did the music stop? Like, why did everyone just stop buying and selling? It's very weird.
I think that's ultimately the thing about today, is that I don't really mind if it goes up or down. I just want to see movement. I just want to see price percentage.
Yep, that's how I feel too. The same way. I'm like, yeah, who really cares? As long as there's that volatility to trade. Sorry, I'm yawning. It's like 10:18 p.m. in Australia on the East Coast. I'm guessing it's what, 10 o'clock where you are almost, Jack?
9:48, yeah, 10
Yeah.
p.m., which is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the data out early instead of 1 a.m.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Got 13 people in. What's up?
The one downside though is because I've been trading the E-mini.
Oh yeah.
Those hours, it's open all the time except weekends, but it closes at 7:30 in the morning. So it's not a lot of volume throughout the day, which you can get one or two good moves, but ultimately it's very better. It's much better in the US times because it's the S&P.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah. That's it. And like pre and post market, I don't know, is there generally not as much volatility once it goes post?
So in the hour morning, when it restarts, no, there isn't much. So you're thinking everything from like your VWAP to your volume just dies immensely in daily open close.
Yep.
And then there's a little bit of volume at maybe Asia, and then Euro, there might be a corrective move or a pump up, depending. So for example, like the ES today dumped heavy during the Euro session in our afternoon. And then I guess in today, guys, for tonight. But the most of the moves and the whole inner circle trader kind of moves happen during US times. But yeah, no, it's very scary to trade the ES in comparison.
Yeah. Do you use leverage in it?
No. So I trade the micro. I'm just kind of practicing on the micro. So every tick is only $1.25. But when you move up, every tick becomes $12.50. So it is kind of like playing with leverage in a way.
I see. Yeah. So the volatility is like artificially ramped up. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can play with contracts. So for example, if you are a big money man and you've got and you're willing to risk a lot, you could go 10 contracts on the ES, which is $125 per tick. And you want to get so a tick is 25 cents. So if you get $4 move, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money lost, cool. A lot of money gained. So yeah, no, it's a different to crypto. It's got its pros and cons for sure. I'm just learning the system still.
Well, what so did you say what platform you do it through?
I do it through TradingView. So there's tons of different platforms you can do it with. TradeStation, and with Australians, it's not too hard to get some of these programs as well. These brokers. The fees for Trader8 are micros. It's like 35 cents a side, I think. So 70 cents to buy and sell plus extra fees. It turns out to be $1.28. So you need about 2 ticks to make profit with the fee. And then there's all these tiny little kind of like, you've got to pay for market data, but that's not a lot in comparison if you're trading a lot. So like you've got to make to kind of go even on fees, you've got to make $100 or so. You can't just do nothing.
Right. Yeah. No. Fair enough.
But
that's
yeah,
good.
It's good. It's
good to know that exists for us.
Oh yeah.
In case crypto goes to shit. Yeah.
It's definitely safer in that regard than crypto, but the downside is with crypto, you can get your money in and out really fast. You can deposit, withdraw, and you can move money. But with Legacy and TradingView, and it takes days for the money to come out and come in, so it's a bit more permanent.
It has to settle and all that crap. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, both they have their pros and cons. What are we, like 8 minutes out? Not long now. What do you think? I think I'm kind of worried that it's gonna be like a bit of a nothing burger kind of CPI. Like we've seen a couple of those now. Seems like the volatility seems to be
if you look at Forex Factory, if you go and open the graph on Forex Factory,
which graph?
So if you go to Forex Factory and on the CPI year data, pull it on stream if you want, it's up to you. And on the right hand side, there's that little graph symbol of the CPI now.
Okay. I see.
Yep.
I see these
ones.
If
you click that, you can kind of see the little kind of graph there. So it looks like we're heading in a downwards trend, but you can't do TA. Oh wow, crypto just dumped.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, Bitcoin's pulled back a little there. Yeah. We've got a countdown timer now. 6 minutes and 3 seconds.
But last CPI, last CPI was such a big drop.
1%
or something.
Yep, 1% hit, which is great. Like, dude, if only every CPI was 1% down, we'd be all done and dusted within 4 months. Or 3 months from here. If we were dropping inflation by 1% every month, every reading, then it'd only take another 3 months. But yeah, I mean, if Trueflation is anything to go by, then they're suggesting that things are heading in the right direction, which is great. That's what we want to see. But yeah, there's that whole factor of when they do finally get around to cutting the interest rates, history's shown that when they do the cuts, that initial cut causes a crash, like a market crash. I have no idea why, but it just does. It's crazy.
And how the market reacts to what the actual data is always strange as well.
Yeah.
Will they fear a recession or will they fear hyperinflation? It's this kind of weird middle ground we're in now.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We're definitely not going to be hitting recession for the next quarter because this quarter, like Q1 came out positive. Like the advanced GDP reading was, a positive growth quarter. Not a fantastic quarter, but at least it wasn't negative, And I guess by definition, a recession is 2 negative quarters, 2 negative consecutive quarters. So yeah, we would need Q2 and Q3 to be negative to be able to say that we're in a recession. But then, I heard Jerome Powell say that yeah, perhaps later this year we might get a light or mild recession. Three minutes 20 now. $16 people in here is like more than half what I was getting about a month and a half ago when I was streaming more consistently. So that's cool. I appreciate that. And this is at a regular time. I don't usually stream at night my time. Like I'm usually doing it in the morning around the daily candle close.
So we have
Let me get a
CPI year
side-by-side.
year, and then we have CPI month, and then we have CPI core CPI. All these things, all these lovely red symbols.
Yeah, that's right. Got the forecast.
And then we got PPI tomorrow with unemployment claims.
Oh yeah.
And Great Britain's doing a bunch of things, but that won't really impact crypto so much.
Yeah, I don't believe so. I'm gonna get this to where it's not gonna hide the forecast view. There we go. That should be alright. So a bit of a corrective move here. What? Okay,
Yeah,
now that we're at
minutes ago.
Yeah, now that we're a minute and 20 seconds out, what do you reckon? I reckon we get 5%. Bang on the forecast.
I reckon just because we had such a big change from last time, I reckon we're going to get 501, but I don't know.
5.1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be tight. And if it's not tight, then oof.
It's crazy that, okay, so the CPI before last was 6%, right? And then last CPI, it came down to 5%. That's a whole percent progress on bringing inflation back down. And now they're like, okay, no progress at all. Like, just exactly the same as last month. It's crazy. All right, here we go. It's getting volatile now. 30 seconds out.
Yeah.
It's ripping.
I'm just going to have the ES, and I've got multi-coins chart. I've got the Dixie, looking at the Dixie.
Oh yeah, the DXY. Let me get that up quickly. I have that ready to go. So they're not really, they're kind of climbing the DXY. Ooh, that was quite the wick on that one. It's whipsawing a lot. But this range ain't so crazy. Like after trading shitcoins all last week. Ooh, okay, it's pending now.
Yep. Oh, big rise.
What are we getting? A 4.8? A 4.8 would be really good.
Big rise.
Yeah.
Dump on the Dixie. Dump and rise on the
Oh, 0.4 for month over month. That's on forecast, as forecast. Yeah, look, it's better. That's excellent. Wow. Good. Better than a forecast. Pump on. Put the pumps on. Alright. I think that's going to cause rally. Yeah. And it kind of is. Be careful of dumps, guys. By the way. Does this... Now the next question is, does a 4.9% CPI, does that rally us back to 29k? We just tagged 28 on a wick. 1 minute after the data drop. So that's pretty cool. Let me get my levels back on. So we got the price levels and the key levels. That's nice. Good little move there.
Man, that's a $20 move in one candle on the ES. That's crazy. That's a lot of fucking ticks. If someone's trading that, they would have just made thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah,
One month.
people are cleaning up right now, I would say. People that were
I'm gonna
bullish
jump
anyway.
off and focus. So, cheers talking to you, Rick.
Hmm? What's that, sorry?
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna jump off and focus.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
get
you
ready
go
for
for it,
trading.
man. Get into it. Get stuck in. Be careful of whipsaws, because they could still happen. What's up, Stella? What's up, Aaron? What's up? Humongous. I agree. What's up, Rick? Static Trading here. What's up, MC Stormy? MC Stormy. Joe DM. What's up, Joe? Morty JT. Mandul Bat. Mongolia! Man, I love Mongolian beef. It's one of my favorite, like, dishes when I get Chinese takeout. Mongolian lamb. Mongolian lamb or Mongolian beef. Look at this. This is amazing. What a candle for Bitcoin. What are these shitcoins doing? Yep, they're moving up too. Very good. Ooh, super chat. Static Trading loves Rick. Thank you, Stormy. The DXY is dumping. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I wonder how many people are closing their shorts. Like all those bears that were like praying for, like, you know, a huge crash. I'll tell you what though, the bears have had a good time. They've had a good last few days here. Like this has been really good if you've been in a short. I would just consider maybe taking some profit. You don't have to take all of it, but yeah, I don't know. That's just me. No financial advice. If you're convicted to the short side, then that's up to you. But be careful, because we are in a much larger uptrend. You know, if you look at the whole year, it's been a big old uptrend. And look, I think the market was expecting 5% CPI, right? So it did this in preparation for a bad result, right? It corrected down off the pessimism. And now that we've got slightly better than forecast, it's like, oh shit, we've got to undo some of that damage now, potentially, right? I don't know. I'm not trying to say that this is just gonna go back into huge recovery mode. It might, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a good start anyway. It's a pretty impressive candle. That's the 5-minute chart. This is the 1-minute chart. What a move, huh? It's a big deal for Bitcoin. The DXY, yeah. What's the S&P doing? That's another interesting thing. The S&P 500 pre-market, I'm guessing, will be up. Yep. So pre-market, this is where we ended yesterday's session, all the way down here. And pre-market is all the way up here on the S&P. So that's cool. That's optimistic. Huge gap up, right? Back up to the top of the range. Just gonna hide these. Go out to the hour. Yeah, very nice. Thanks, DJ. I don't know why I'm so cute. No idea. 25 people viewing the stream. What's up, guys? Smash up the like button. Remember to smash it up. See if we can get some more people trickling through. I know a lot of Americans are probably still waking up, rubbing the sleep out of their eyes. Alright, let's go back to Bitcoin here. Ooh, okay. Bit of a reaction of $28,000. resistance so far. Is it going to hold though? Is this resistance going to keep it down? Or is Bitcoin going to keep this energy and blast through it? I think reacting off big round numbers is reasonable. Like that usually happens. Took a long on FTM from the lows of yesterday. Profit looking good. That's excellent. That's good to hear, Aaron. Bitcoin's still fighting here. It's fighting that resistance. It makes you think, like, was crypto too dramatic with its pricing in? You know what I mean? Like, because I think this whole move down was like Bitcoin pricing in 5%, but we got a 4.9, which is slightly better. It's not great, but it's slightly better. So yeah, it's like how much of that negativity is gonna get recovered, if at all. That's assuming that it does recover. But yeah, interesting little handle there. The thing is though, like, I don't know, to me, I feel like CPIs are having less and less of an effect on markets these days. They were definitely spectacular down in the bear market. Like, you know, we were getting good news after good news and it was really pushing things in the right direction. And now it's like, I don't know, the energy just is not as amazing as it was on CPI days. But yeah, like, I'm waiting for that day where the Fed comes out and says we're going to pause rates. I think that'll be a bullish day. But when they start cutting, that's going to be kind of scary because, like, history has shown that when they cut the rates, that it causes like a crash, a flash crash in the markets. Anyway, I think, when does the SPY open? S&P 500 opens in 50 minutes. I don't think I'm going to be streaming for that long. I kind of want to get out there and start trading. Like, once things settle into a trend, it'd be nice to just do a few scalps before I go to bed. But yeah, damn, I would love to see, and I'm sure a lot of people would love to see, a new low for the year on the DXY. Maybe even get below this white line, which is 100 on the DXY. I think that's a very psychological level. If we can get below 100, then damn. That'd be excellent. The CPI is in a massive head and shoulders as well. Like, you can sort of see that. It's like, you know, something like that. The neckline is not perfectly horizontal either. It's more something like that. Slightly diagonal. If I exaggerate that a bit, you can see it. This yellow dashed line. Some kind of like head and shoulders maybe. On a high time frame. Maybe like the daily. I'm not sure how I feel about measured move. I mean, like, you know, using the top of the head to the neckline as a target. Because, I mean, that would suggest that the DXY is going all the way back down to, what? Below zero? Nah, not quite that. But yeah, like 87. Way down to here. It has not been that low since 2014. Back over here. Geez, the DXY was really low for like quite a while, wasn't it? It got really damn low. Anyway, back to Bitcoin. It's still flirting with 28,000, I think. See if we can get like a reapproach, and then maybe a break of resistance. That'd be nice. Is it in some kind of like falling wedge or bull flag like situation here? Consolidation after the initial move up. Seems to be creeping on a come up. Some kind of flag or pennant or falling wedge. Got to try and capture as much of the bottom side as possible. I think the line would look something like that. And then top side, yeah, starting to break it. This small time frame falling wedge. I don't even know if this qualifies, but it's good enough for me. Yeah, 28,000 is no joke. Just think about where we were last year, end of last year. We were thinking, wow, imagine how good it's going to be if we can get back to 20,000, back up over 20,000. And here we are looking at 28,000. Mind you, we have been to 31 recently. So yeah, wow. Bitcoin's done a lot in the last, 4 or 5 months. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Play it safe with your trading. Remember, there's no guarantees with direction, so always use a stop loss and just make money. Don't lose money. That's my advice. That's advice you can give. Don't lose money. Make money. Other than that, yeah, I've got no other advice. All the best with your trades, and have a great day or a good night wherever you are. I'll see you in the next stream. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.